And especially, actually, we are continuing the topic that we had on our Sabbath school, because we will be talking about two covenants. This is one of the most important things for us, because, we are talking about two covenants, and, usually when we have Old Covenant and New Covenant, the Old Covenant doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter any longer. So, I remember even once I had one talk, I should say by mistake, but I don't believe that it was mistake. I was at the party, that was many years ago, probably about 12, 13 years ago. I was on a house party once. And at this party, almost everyone went outside for a cigarette, but at only two people that were not smoking. That was me and one more guy. That's all. So everyone went outside for a cigarette, and I actually even didn't know this guy, but he knew that I am biblical Christian. And he started a topic of Old Testament, and he tried to convince me that Old Testament law is not longer in force. So he was starting to use arguments, and his arguments were, if you would like to keep to Old Testament, you shouldn't eat pork. Okay, I said, not a problem. I don't eat pork. And he said, oh, really? But if you would like to keep Old Testament, you should keep the Sabbath holy. And I said, no problem. I'm keeping the Sabbath holy. He didn't know that there are this kind of Christians that are really keeping Old Testament. Actually, we are keeping also both. So he started to think very hard, and he said, but if you would like to keep Old Testament, so that you cannot sleep in one bed with a lady that has her period. And I said to him, okay, you really think that it doesn't matter any longer? And he said, no, of course, it's nonsense. Really. And everyone just came out from the cigarettes, so they came to our they went back from the cigarette, and among them, of course, there were some ladies. So I told him, okay, if you think that it still doesn't matter, there are plenty of nice ladies. Please, with them for one night during their periods, but they cannot have any tampoo or sanitary towel. And all the ladies were, fool! Tytus, how can you say things like that? And I looked at him and told him, you see, it still matters, because every law that God is given to us, it matters and it is important, and we should keep it because it's good for ourselves, right? And actually, I have to tell you that as a Seventh-day Adventist, I'm so glad to be Seventh-day Adventist. It's because I am studying our theology, and I think that it is pretty great. I even once, when I was in Israel, there were about 15 people from Poland, and we went to Israel, but we made a special. And from one side, and on both sides, we have signs, one in Hebrew and on another side in English. It was signed, "Is Jesus true Messiah?" And biblical verses that proves that Jesus was true Messiah. And actually, Jews didn't want to talk to us because if we were talking to them and it was like, "Can you read this for me?" And in Hebrew language, it was Bible verses from Isaiah 53. So, trying to talk to Jewish and ask them, "Can you read this for me?" And when they read it, they realized about who it is, and they didn't want to talk to us. But there were also a lot of Muslims, and they were trying to talk with us because this is their mission. They really believe that that Christianity doesn't matter any longer because right now God called Muslim to be their favorite nation. Okay? Actually not nation, but religion. They told, when we were speaking to those Muslim people, they talked, "Oh yeah, for the beginning, God chose Israel, then he chose Christian, but because Christians stopped to believe in the Bible, right now he created Muslim religion." That was her teaching. And we said, "Okay, can you prove that Christianity doesn't care about the Bible?" And they said, "Of course. For the first reason is you believe that Jesus Christ was born in December, and for sure born." And I said, "Okay, I don't believe that he was born in 25th of December. I don't care if he was born in 25th of December or any other day, right? We don't care about this. We don't care. We here in the United States we can keep Christmas, but only as a custom, right? I don't know any Adventist that made any theology of this and saying, no, Jesus for sure was born on 25th of December, right? So I said, no, I don't believe it. And he said, yeah, okay. But you eat pork. And I said, I am Seventh-day Adventist. I don't eat pork. Okay, but you drink alcohol. Oh, really? Oh, I don't drink alcohol because I am Seventh-day Adventist. And what's so more, I am keeping the Sabbath holy. And but they were so mixed up, and it was like, oh, you don't eat pork, you don't drink, you are keeping kind of crazy. That was, they were so confused about this because they didn't know that there are truly biblical Christians. So I also believe that we as a Seventh-day Adventists, we have great mission to do among Muslims. But this is not the subject of this sermon. So, actually, the true problem that Christianity have with Old Covenant is that they strongly believe that Old Covenant was given only to Jews, right? Actually, almost every Christian believes that Old Covenant was only for Jews. Why? They are saying because it was given on Mount Sinai, and there were only Jews there. But actually, this is not true, right? This is not true that there were only Jews under the Mount Sinai, because we can read, it's Exodus chapter 12 and verses 37, 38. We can read, then the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Sukkot, about 600,000 men on foot besides children, and a mixed multitude went up with them also, and flocks and so on and so on. So mixed multitude, right? A lot of people from many other nations. You know, Egypt back then, it was so multicultural, almost like United States right now. So when there were people that were going outside the Egypt, that was every people probably from all the nations that were on the earth back then.